Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia. With me today we have Nick.
Hey.
And Brandon.
Hey.
We're here to talk about games and things.
Yep.
Yeah?
Sure am.
I believe
I feel
so.
like this is going to be a more things week. But
Definitely feels like a things week.
feels more like a things week. Because there's not a lot of games this last week. Yeah. But Brandon's the only one with games in his list.
True.
So, guess what, Brandon? You have to bat first.
Shit.
I know.
So I got my VR controller back.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah, they gave me a refurbished one that they had fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see already, because I've experienced it, what the problem with this old controller was. The actual thumbstick kind of sticks sometimes. It still does, very, 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 very rarely, but still does. And it's not really affecting me. But if I try hard enough, I can make the thumbstick stick, and I really don't want to, so I don't. But I played some games since getting it back.
Yeah.
I'll rattle off a few of the games I've played. Because, So I played Pierhead Arcade. Some of these I've played before, and I don't even know if I've ever mentioned them. But I will go ahead and go through them. So I played Pierhead Arcade, which is a really fun little, interactive arcade. Basically, you just go to an arcade that's on the pier, and there's a whole bunch of games that you can play, and you can play it with multiplayer, you can play it single player, and I'm playing single player, because I don't have anyone else that has a VR headset near me right now. And my friends that do are, gone for Christmas stuff and whatnot. But it's you collect tickets, you play games like the one where they have lights on the walls and you have to slap them all off fast before time runs out. Like the basketball hoop one, the one where you bounce the ball off the ground and then try to get it inside the little pocket that's further in. I don't know how to describe them, but basically the normal kind of arcade games you'd see in an actual arcade, like the ones that are ticket ones. They're all here, and it's actually a lot of fun. So I played that because, I really like arcades. I got to get the second one. I really want to get the second one because they added another arcade, and they also added every single one of the old games from the first game, which you can just play those in the new arcade as well, which is cool. So, that was the first game I played.
Okay.
Next game I played was I played Beat Saber to test the tracking, and the tracking was really good on the controller. So that was really easy. It was pretty much an hour-long adventure and done. I was just playing through the campaign because none of my saves saved. So, and I haven't modded it yet, but I will. I'll mod it soon. Then I went and played Ragnarok, and I love Ragnarok. It's an incredibly and fun game. Had a joy playing that game. All the soundtrack is phenomenal for it. I'm actually probably going to nominate that for best soundtrack because it's so fucking good. So there's that. And then I played a new game, which I got to commemorate having a working controller. I had been saving some money in my Steam wallet. I was going to save it for the winter sale, but I was like, there's really nothing I want.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a new VR game that just released. So I'm going to get this instead. And I did. I bought a game called After the Fall.
Okay.
And if you have VR...
Winter.
Yeah, actually, kind of.
Oh.
So if you have VR, you should get this game.
Okay.
This is... You know how I was Back 4 Blood is basically Left 4 Dead, but bad?
Okay.
Yeah, this is basically Left 4 Dead, but better.
Oh.
Yes.
In VR, though?
Yes, in VR.
Mm.
No. It's actually incredible. It's very good.
I don't like the spooky scary in VR. That's the problem.
It's not very spooky scary in my opinion. I would say that Half-Life Alyx is scarier than this game.
Okay.
Especially since after zombies, you kind of get used to it. Would you even say Left 4 Dead is scary?
Not a scary. This is not going to make any sense.
It's more action.
It's not scary in a scary sense.
Packed.
It's scary in oh shit, a tense kind of a way.
Yeah. Well, it definitely can be tense, but it's because of the gameplay loop. More so
Yeah.
than like, oh, I don't want to die. Not more so because like, oh my god, these zombie things are spooky, scary, and I'm gonna shit my britches. It's not because of that. It's because like, oh no, I've collected multiple items for my gun, and I won't know what they are and what they unlock. But if I die, I lose them. And that sort of
Yeah.
thing. That's the kind of tense feeling you get in this game, because there is item customization, really really good item customization, and the way it works is when you beat a stage, while you're playing the stage, you can scavenge for items. And the items that you can scavenge are like in the form of floppy disk, and you collect the floppy disk, and then much like what Half-Life Alyx, you put them behind your arm, your hand, like your wrist, where your inventory loadout is and everything. If you remember that from Half-Life Alyx, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially that's what you do here as well, and you can carry one item per wrist. But the thing is, you may also find pipe bombs, which you may think is going to be useful for an upcoming boss battle or what have you. So then you have to just inventory manage, or you have to like just hold that in your hand and not have a gun out in one hand for a while, because you can dual wield in this game. And you could also like hold onto a gun with both hands to like steady the aim, that sort of thing. And it's just in general a really, really good game. Not even just a really good VR game, but a really good game in general. Because, like I said, I would say this is way better than Back for Blood is in every way, shape, and form.
Okay.
It's not so much RNG aside from the items you unlock at the end of your runs, but like that gives you incentive to go play more runs because the zombies are going to be randomized in the map to an extent. There's going to be always some where it's like, this is going to be a flag where these zombies come out in this area, and you're going to know what it is after you play the 6 maps. I think it's either 5 or 6 maps, but they're like 45 minutes to an hour a piece per map. And like, it's a pretty decent amount of stuff because that's on one difficulty, and I think there's 5 difficulties for every single map, and things change based on what difficulty you're playing. So there's a decent chunk of content here. It's a $40 game, but it looks incredible. Like, it is a very nice looking game. Not quite Half-Life Alyx levels, but it's very, very close with how good it looks. So this is made by the people that made Arizona Sunshine, and this is just like really good. Like, I played it multiplayer on stream with a bunch of randoms, and I was very worried about what they were going to say. And like, I was happy to find out that the community is like super nice. There was some dude who was like super high level trying to teach all of us who just started playing how to play the game, because they just wanted people to like enjoy the game. And like, that guy was going around teaching us things and everything, and some people were listening and others weren't, and yeah, it was like a little shaky here and there because it seemed like some of the players didn't fully understand things, and they didn't speak, so I don't know how old they were, but it doesn't matter because like they were still like super nice. Like, everyone played very well together, and the entire experience of having 4 people going and mowing down zombies, where like one person's just walking around with like dual shotguns, just do 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 do, and another guy's
They're
got dual
pooping?
SMGs, and then like, I'm over here and I had double pistols because I was trying to unlock skins, because you can unlock skins in the game by getting like a certain number of headshots, and like they have like a Christmas thing going on right now where if you get like 1,000 kills before the holiday break with your weapons, each individual weapon, I think, or it might just be any weapon, then you unlock a Christmas skin for the guns and whatnot. And like, all the skins, all the unlockables, all of that stuff is all in-game currency. You don't have to spend a dime outside of the initial purchase price. It's awesome. It's really fun, and I've been enjoying that game. I keep going back to it. Like, I keep doing runs. Like, even though I know like how the run is going to go for like if I play the starter level, which is I think called Survivor level difficulty on the first stage, like I know basically where the zombies are going to be aside from some randomized ones, but I'm still like going through it trying to like get as many shots as possible off in one go without missing a shot, because if you kill 50 enemies with headshots in one go without missing a single shot, you get the achievement American, and you get the American flag skin for your gun. So I thought that would be
Okay.
pretty fucking funny.
Okay.
And I mean, it's a very good game. It's very well made, very well put together. It looks very nice, and just in general, it seems like, I mean, it seems like everything I wanted Back for Blood to be, but it's also in VR. So that's even more of a plus. Yeah, and it's just great game all around. So I highly recommend it.
Okay.
And then last but not least, I mentioned Half-Life Alyx during this, and I played another stage of Half-Life Alyx. I didn't play much of Half-Life Alyx. Like I played a decent chunk of it, but I went back and played some more Half-Life Alyx last night, and I was like so lost in the controls, I totally forgot, and I learned them again, and I was like, okay. And yeah, that game still runs phenomenally. Is a great
Very
game all
good.
around. Yeah, and it just looks really nice as well. So.
Did you not finish it before, Brandon?
Half-Life Alyx?
Yeah.
No, because the storage room, which I use for my VR setup, got just completely overwhelmed when I had gotten Half-Life Alyx initially,
Wow.
to the point where I had to put up my VR setup for a while, and I put up my controllers and everything for a while as well. And I think that's what damaged my controllers. We talked about, I think last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think some corrosion got into the battery pack because I left a battery in one of them and didn't realize it. Happens to be the one that I shipped off and got repaired or got a replacement for. And yeah, so there's that. But yeah, in general, I mean, I just like VR. I've been playing VR a lot more often. Played some Pavlov, but Pavlov runs like shit now. They had a recent update and it runs like shit on AMD hardware, and I'm actually very upset about that. So, yep.
Yeah.
I started playing VR again because I was actually thinking of getting another headset, getting one of the Quest 2s for Katie.
Uh-huh.
And there's actually a really neat game, Nick. It's called Demo.
Okay.
And it's a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Ooh. You have my attention.
So essentially, yeah, it's apparently it won VR Game of the Year this year, and I didn't even know it existed. But I looked into it, and it has online co-op and single player. The online co-op portion of it essentially is you're literally gathered around a table for Dungeons and Dragons in VR, and you can look down and see like all the playset pieces come to life as you're like doing their abilities, because each character you design has like RPG abilities that are tied to them. So you can't really make up your own so much, but there's a lot of presets and there's a lot of extra content and stuff where you can make your own character. Just a little bit, just a bit more restricted because they have abilities, they have that sort of thing. But essentially, it is D&D, even to the point where like there's a dungeon master and everything. And yeah, it looks really good. You like roll virtual dice onto the table and like move your pieces, and yeah, it looks really cool. And they keep adding new content apparently. Like I think the last thing they added was a whole new adventure pack for free, and they also added crossplay where you could play on everything with everyone that owns the game. So, and they also announced that there will be a non-VR version releasing next year, and you'll also be able to play crossplay with those people in or out of VR. So, super neat. That's something I'm looking forward to playing in the near future, hopefully. So,
all right.
Yep. That's what I got. That's what I've done. That's it. I'm done. Bye.
Okay. Nick, I guess you watched a new movie?
I did watch a new movie.
Kind of popular one.
I watched the Spiderman movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It's very good. I haven't played any games this week. But no, the Spider-Man movie is very good. I don't want to give... I don't want to say much about it because I know, like, Brandon, you're very much so into the Marvel stuff. So, like, I don't want to ruin anything for you. Unless you've already ruined some things for you. You might have done that already.
Yeah, so I don't want Mike to edit anything out, but the only thing I really wanted to know is... Well, that's the thing. I want to know are the two names on the IMDb page that I saw
Are they
by
there
mistake
for a reason?
that happen
Is
to
that what you're
be
asking me?
very
They
specific names that you probably know what I'm getting at,
sure are.
Nick. That oh yeah. Yeah,
They sure are.
fantastic. That's all I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to hear, and that also confirms the point that the leak script I read
I want to know.
like
I want to
4
know
months
what the
ago
leak
is
script
real.
was.
I'll have to find it again if it's not been DMCA'd and removed. It was like on a, so I think it was taken from a Twitter post that
Okay.
was taken from somewhere else, that was uploaded to this one. Like my friend sent it to me. He's like a huge Marvel nerd, right? And also he gets this weird shit all the time. Uh, and I was just like, where did this come? Like, he's the one that essentially has linked me to trailers for Marvel movies before they release, and every single time they've been actual trailers, and I've watched them, and I've been like, oh, that's neat. And then like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, yo, that's a real thing. Yeah, he linked me to the script, and he warned me that he's pretty sure it was real. I'm gonna go back in my chat with him and see if I can find it. And I was just like, okay, cool. And yeah, I'll see if I can find that because
Yeah, I'm
it was
interested
wild.
because I will, if you want me to, can confirm or deny anything for you, or just kind of leave it ambiguous and be like,
The
I
thing is,
don't know.
I want to see it, but I'm not going in theaters because I'm just not there yet. Like that's the whole takeaway for me right now. I can't.
That's
I can't do
fair.
it.
That's very fair. I
I
mean,
have
there,
way too many people that are way more susceptible to things that live around me, and I just can't do it.
That's very fair. So I understand. But I will say that it is everything that you could have hoped for from a Spider-Man film.
Mm-hmm.
And it personally feels like the conclusion of a lot and the
That's
wrapping
fantastic.
up of a lot. And it's funny because, like, whereas the previous Spider-Man movie that come out was kind of like a tying up of like loose ends a little bit after Endgame. This almost feels like, even though it's supposed to be in the new like phase for Marvel, feels as though it's an ending to not only Tom Holland's storyline, but to just an overarching storyline as well. So, like, it felt more like an ending than it was like a kickstart of something.
Understandable.
But it was very good. I plan on seeing it again because I loved it so much. But other than that, I didn't really do too much gaming. I didn't play much games. I did go. Probably in hindsight wasn't the best idea. I did go to New York City this weekend and did visit the Nintendo store, and that was cool. I haven't actually been there since they had renovated it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun. They had like a whole big. Actually, I'll post it in the chat. They had a whole big like Metroid shrine set up.
Ooh.
Of like everything Metroid, and my girlfriend was like, "What of all of that do you own?" And I was like, "Oh, most of it." And then I looked at the thing and I was like, "I own all of it." So let me see.
Or is it just like the games and stuff?
It's
games and amiibos?
I'll post it right. It's going in there right now.
All right,
it's literally like everything Metroid related. So it's like all of the games, the collector's edition for Dread.
That's sick.
A Nintendo Power for Metroid, the little Metroid toy there. I literally everything in this image I own.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's funny because like usually like I see shit like this and I'm like, oh, I have most of the stuff, and I was like, oh wait, no, let me double check this real quick. I actually have all of these things.
Well, I love
Except
that big
for
Metroid.
I don't have the Nintendo Power actually, but I feel like that's a moot point. I'm not gonna. I wasn't alive for the first one, so that's not fair.
Yeah, no, that's fine. What's that big Metroid though?
So there's the Jack's Pacific line of like Nintendo toys, like the what the fuck, World of Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
So that's from that line of toys. So it's like if you play with it, it actually has like a squishy head.
Love it.
Yeah. So you can squish it and it squishes. But it was really cool. They had a bunch of like amiibos. And they had a display of like every amiibo in existence.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
Last time I was there too.
They had.
And that was my moment with DJ that you were just talking about with your girlfriend. He's like, "Which ones of these do you have?" And I was like, "All of them."
All of them, actually. and then they had like Fox McCloud's like blaster and helmet thing on display from like E3, and Peach's gloves and crown. Like there was like various like memorabilia up top, because I originally went to the store, God, in like 2008 and haven't been back since. So it's been some time.
Well, it is a long time.
Yeah, so they did a lot of renovations since then. There was a lot of Pokemon stuff upstairs, which I was happy about, and everything was like lines up the ass, as you could imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
But no, it was pretty cool to see. So, because I hadn't been there in a while, so she actually also bought me, because when I play Smash, I play Pikachu, and the specific costume I use is Lucha Pika, Pika Libre. And they had a stuffed Pika Libre there. She's like, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "You want mine for me?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Then I want it." So she bought it for me. Also while I was there, this is not from the Nintendo store, but there's a Puma store in New York, and I was like, "Wonder if they have any of the Animal Crossing stuff." And for either good news or bad news is they had all of it. They had every single piece, so I bought a lot of it. I bought the shoes, the hoodie, the shirt, and the pants.
Oh, okay.
So, because I was like, I need this shit. I want this shit. Puma stuff.
I didn't even know
good.
they had pants.
They have pants. And they got shorts too. They got like some nice shorts. I didn't buy those because I was like, it's the middle of winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they also have like slides, a couple of different shirts, some different hoodies. So like, yeah, no, they have like a lot of stuff, and it's like all very comfortable. But so I picked up some of that stuff from the store. But yeah, no, not much video gaming going on. I am like slowly getting back into Ratchet and Clank. Actually, the good news is after tomorrow, I am off until January 3rd.
Oh,
so
break.
I had like 80 hours of PTO, and I can only roll over up to 40. So I was like, "Hey, boss man, I'm going to use the rest of my PTO." And he was like, "I got you, guy." So I plan on hopefully this coming week at least finishing up Ratchet and Clank and maybe like one other game. That way I have like that done. But yeah, not much else going on. So yep, that's all I've really got.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Let's wait to hear my excitingness.
Is it Pokemon?
No, actually, I don't know. I might have played a little bit of Pokemon stuff this week, but it wasn't even that much.
I don't remember. I kind of blacked out and woke up with Pokemon.
I woke up, I had another complete Pokedex. I don't know what
shit.
happened. No, I didn't really touch it this week. I did. So the one thing I've been kind of like trying to get myself to like, it's been like forcing myself to. Not that it's bad. It's just not what I'm like in the mood for. Is I've been like trying to get through more of the Happy Home Paradise stuff from Animal Crossing, just so I can kind of like finish that off for Game of the Year.
I
don't know. I think I'm like halfway through it, ish, from what I've seen. So, because I've unlocked a bunch of like the buildings that you can like decorate, like the actual like, hey, make a school and make a restaurant and that kind of shit. And then they're like, oh, now people want to have roommates. And I'm like, why would you want a roommate in your own fucking island paradise, you dumb bitches? Yeah. So I don't know.
Because they're fucking.
Yeah, it's exactly. Like, oh, we want to make what was it? The dog wanted, well, I guess you could pick which roommate. I gave her an ostrich roommate. So that's probably kinky, right?
I don't know the logistics of what that would be. To be completely honest with you.
Maybe some neck action?
Ooh.
Oh my.
Ooh.
So I did. I was going through some of that stuff. And it's like I said, it's interesting. But it's because I guess you didn't play any more of it after like we talked about it initially, Nick.
So I haven't been able to because actually my girlfriend's been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, and I was like, I'm gonna let you just dive into this.
Yeah, just go to town.
Yeah,
but like
literally go to town.
Literally. But yeah, usually like if I do like one house, like I'm mentally spent. I'm like, I cannot decorate another one of your shithole houses again.
I can't do this again.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm done for the day. Done. Because some of the requests, some of them are like really cool. And you'll get ones that'll be like, hey, I got one that's like, it's like, I want to have like a space. I want to be like a captain of a starship or something. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And they give you this stuff and this fancy like wallpapers and stuff, and I'm like, okay, this one's fun. And then I had one like the other day where it's like, I want to decorate. What was it? It was like the dumbest thing. It's like I want. It was like sports and ice cream or something, and I'm like, I don't know.
Sports and ice cream.
Sports and ice cream. I was like, I don't know.
Hell yeah.
There was one squirrel I walked by. She's like, I want to. I didn't do this one yet. I should just to see. But like, she's like, I want a house that reminds me of America, and I'm like, I don't think they added obesity and guns into this last update.
Oh my god!
But I could try. I don't know.
Oh wow.
Give it a go. See what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. I don't know. And I'm curious to see because when they give you the house designs, there's usually like 3 specific things that they want in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really curious to see what it is that this Animal Crossing character associates with America. Because, like I said, I don't know. Guns and obesity are available, so I don't know. Fireworks.
Could be.
Yeah, maybe.
Barbecue, like a grill, hamburgers.
Yeah, could be.
That's
Could be like that.
kind of like obesity.
That's
Yeah.
kind of like I mean, sure.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's one of the stepping stones of obesity.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the road to obesity.
So I don't know, but like I said, it is interesting creatively. Like I still stand by what I said. I think when I talked about it before, it's like I already decorated my house the way that I wanted to, so it's kind of nice to have someone else's house to fuck around with, so you can just try out some ideas and not mess up your own. And if you do come up with a clever idea, that's cool. It's fine, but it's whatever. So that's it. And I do really like the facilities that they let you do, like the school and the restaurant, things like that. That's kind of nice. Because those are just something completely different. So overall, it's fun. Like I said, it's on my list of things to finish before the end of the year. So I'll do it. I think I'll need to do like 10 more little shithole houses, and then I'll be done. So just pace myself, and I'll be fine. So I did that, but then so the rest of my week I got sucked into, and this is not gaming related. I got sucked into, but it's interesting maybe to some of our listeners, like to doing like smart home shit.
Oh, that's interesting to me.
Yeah, like I've been
smart
like
home shit.
I'm like it all started with the fucking Christmas lights.
Yes,
So,
it starts with that usually.
Yeah, that's so what happened was DJ put up the Christmas tree. And we had like a timer that I had, and like we plugged it in, and like I set the timer to go on at like 4 and turn off at like midnight. But the timer was broken, and it would turn on at 9 for whatever reason. And I like double checked it. I'm like, no, everything's set right, but it just wouldn't work. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm like, I can just get like one of those like smart switches, and then I can just set up like something through HomeKit, because that's the Apple version, and just like have it turn on and off when I want to, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. Sounds super easy enough. I found a nice little package of like 4 of those smart switches on Amazon, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I plugged it in, it worked really great. I just started thinking about the other nice things. So you can be like, oh, hey Siri, turn on the Christmas lights, and it's like, oh yeah, I can do that. And so, but then you do that, and then you realize how much nicer it is to have other things that do it.
It's like a domino effect. It's just like, shit.
No, honestly, it is.
It is.
That's what happened to me.
That's literally what, that's exactly what happened with this. Because I plugged it in, and I showed DJ, and I was like, it's this nice. And he's like, yeah, it is really cool. He's like, it'd be really nice if we had the ability to do that with the ceiling fan at the top of the stairs. And so I was like, okay. So then I was like, well, let me get a Hue starter kit so I can do that. So I got that, and then I was like, oh, these bulbs are really nice. And you can control like how bright they are even. So you can turn it down. So if you want to run like a nightlight, you can do that too. Well, next thing you know, my whole house has smart lights in it now. And yesterday I replaced the door lock to a smart lock. I got one of those home pods, so we can talk to Siri to have her do all that shit too. And that's where I am right now.
What you got to do next is you got to get the what is it? The smart thermostat.
Oh no, so I got the smart thermostat already. I had a Nest a long time ago.
Shit.
I have the Nest now, and it's great.
So, but the Nest doesn't natively work with the smart, like the HomeKit stuff.
No.
But I ordered something. It's on its way. I ordered it
Is
yesterday.
it not Eufy? What's the other brand? There's
No,
like
you can actually. There's like it's like a bridge. You can get a bridge that just plugs into your network, and it just connects Nest.
I was quite literally about to be like,
HomeKit.
that's a Final Fantasy character, Nick.
What?
Yuffie?
No, that is what it is. It's like
No, there's a
EUFY.
brand called like EUFY. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking at that.
It's Anchor makes it. It's
I see.
yeah.
Yeah, no, but so I bought a bridge, and it will connect. It will connect all the Nest stuff to the HomeKit stuff.
Yes,
so I'll
Google
talk
and
together.
Apple are like don't work together.
Yeah. So, but I was like, oh, now those all will work together. That's very convenient. But then I was like, oh, and my router only has one Ethernet port in it, so I had to buy a fucking hub. But Jesus Christ, it just yeah, it all adds up. But it is really convenient. I don't. How much smart stuff do you have in your house?
So I have a smart power plug for the lamp in the living room. I have a Google Nest hub in the kitchen. I have a Lenovo smart clock in my bedroom.
Let's go, Lenovo! I like Lenovo.
Yeah. Their smart clocks are actually very good. I don't have the automatic lock, but that's only because I was like, I can spend like all the money I want on one of those locks, but my door is absolute dog shit. So if you ever find where I live, just give it a nice swift kick and you're in. I didn't really like, I can buy an Autumn smart lock, but honestly, like, what's the point? And then right now I actually have an outdoor smart plug for my Christmas decorations. And then because Spotify gave away like so many free of those like Google Nest speakers, the little ones, I have one in like every room of the house just about. So what's really cool about those is you can daisy chain those together on the network and like make one big speaker group. So like when I have people over for parties, I can have the same music playing in every room of the house. So instead of having like one loudspeaker, I can have multiple speakers throughout the house playing the same thing. And it's all controlled through my phone or like with my voice. So like I can, when I'm away, put the thermostat into eco mode, or like before I come in the house, I can like have the lights turned on and shit like that. So
yeah,
it's
so
really cool.
That's what I'm dabbling in now, is like the whole automations thing. Because so it's, you can set them up to do all sorts of crazy things. Like I have it set up so that, because we're going away for a couple days, and so I have it set up so when the girl I'm coming to watch the house, when she unlocks the door, it will automatically turn on the lights for her.
Well, if you want to, by the way, with that smart lock, you can give her her own code.
I did.
There you go.
Yeah. And well, so the funny thing is, so when I installed the lock yesterday, DJ calls me and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like trying to like,
what do you mean?
He's like, well, I keep on getting notifications from my phone saying that the front door is unlocked. And I was like, oh, well, you got me. I just installed a smart lock. He's like, take it back. I'm like, it's too late. It is already
the store burnt down. I can't return it.
It was already installed. We were past that point. But you know what the thing is? So like my doors, the way they are right now, I have the ones where like they let you out of the house without unlocking it. You know what I mean? So like you can open it, walk outside, shut the door, and you lock yourself out. And I've never done it to myself because I've always been very aware of that being a possibility. But other people are not. And the girl who's watched my dogs, who I always have, she's done it like 3 times. She's locked herself out. And like over Halloween, DJ had some friends over and I was in bed because I had to be up early for my clinicals. And at like 2:00 in the morning, I would get woken up by like banging and screaming because they locked themselves out. God. I was like, oh my fucking God. So I was just like, well, I mean, like this solves this problem. If this happens again, you can just let yourself in. You don't need key anymore. So
what I would also recommend too for you, if you have some sort of like outside lamppost that you like to turn on, I have smart Wi-Fi light bulbs, LED light bulbs that I have set to turn on and off at a certain time. So like the light bulb on my back deck, because the front one is currently decorated for the holiday season. The one on the back I can set to turn on at like 5 o'clock and then turn off like from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. basically, or like whenever like sunset and sunrise would be for you.
Yeah.
And then like it just does it automatically. But what's also really cool is like you can have it be whatever color you want, and then say you're having like a fucking rager out in your backyard, you can have it like pulse to music and shit like that. I don't do all that, but I do just have it. So I'm like, because I would always forget to either turn off or turn on my lights.
Uh-huh.
So then this is just like, I don't have to think about it, and it makes it easier for me. Because also, like, in the long run, what's really good about it is it'll lower your bills too, because it's like you don't have like a light bulb constantly running, or you don't have like your AC constantly running, or whatever the fuck you have.
Well, the other nice thing is too, they're all LED, so they're like
yes,
they're a little more expensive to get into, but they're like the absolute like cheapest on electricity you could have. So, I mean, that is a nice trade-off too. And I will say, yeah. So I'm on the same page with you, because I'm already set to do that to my porch light, and exactly what you said, just have it kind of like set it up so it will turn on with sunrise and sunset, so I don't have to like worry about that anymore. So that's a really nice idea. But there was these bulbs I was looking at today, speaking of your like party bulbs, and I can look up the name really fast, because they're colored bulbs like you were just talking about, and they connect right to your network, like through Wi-Fi and everything. But they do like these fucking amazing, crazy patterns you can do. You can do like color pulsing. You can have them do like candle things. I saw this guy use them on his porch and in his like outside display for Halloween. But then he's like, at midnight, he just turned them to white lights, and then they're just normal. And I was like, oh, that's fucking rad.
Yeah, you can do all that.
Yeah, and it's like, there's that. He also had some really cool like LED Christmas lights that you could change to like all sorts of colors and stuff. And I was like, oh, those look really cool. How expensive are those? And it was like $150. I was like,
oh yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah. Well, what's really cool is too, like this time of year, like those gifts have quickly become like kind of like just your every year Christmas gifts. So like they go on pretty deep discounts this time of year. So like you can catch like Google products or whatever like that on sale for like when I was like in the process of buying my house last year and I knew I had it, I was like, all right, it's fucking go time. So I bought all that shit and just
it's go time. Immediately buys every Christmas light that's on the
shelf.
Yeah. These lights were the Voco lights.
Yes.
Voco Link lights. Yeah, but you can do like, they have like candle patterns, like flicker. You can do like different effects with them, like through all the different colors and stuff. And these ones, when I was looking at them, they are like at least the most cost effective colored lights that I've seen. Because the Hue ones seem to be a bit on like the pricier side.
They are, but there are a better brand, so.
Yeah, and that's why I did those for like the main lights, like the white lights. Because once you get the hub, at least from what it looks like, the cost of the Hue lights is cheaper versus some of the other, like where each one doesn't need a hub. They're a little bit more expensive generally. So, and it's kind of nice just not having them like clog up your network, because they'll go onto the hub instead of like going everywhere else. So, but yeah, the other things I'm looking at doing is getting my garage door opener on it.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Fancy Garage Door Opener.
I know.
You know what I call my garage door opener? My left and my right hand.
Oh, you have like not a garage door opener?
No, I don't. Actually, I need a new garage door. My garage door should probably get replaced, because you can like see into my garage from like the top corner, but you know.
Yeah, little details. I mean, not a big deal.
Yeah.
And I keep on looking into like the doorbell shit, but I don't want to do like a wired doorbell. I want to do like a battery doorbell. So
Google makes one. You can get one from Google. I would never suggest anybody get anything from Ring, because it's Amazon, and Amazon sells all of that data, and they're also very easy to hack. So like no privacy.
I mean, doesn't Google also sell all that data?
Nope. And it's actually super encrypted, unlike the Amazon stuff that has no encryption.
And that's the other nice thing about the Apple Kit stuff too, because I guess from what I've been reading is that like a reason that you don't have like because there's a lot of stuff that supports Amazon, like the Alexa stuff.
Yeah.
And like Apple doesn't have as much, but part of it's because they require like end-to-end like encryption on everything.
Yes.
And because some companies just don't want to fuck around with it, so they're just like, no, we'll just pass. So that's why you get like some weird hub stuff, because like the hub will be encrypted to Apple, but that's fine. But it's just like, yeah, but I was looking at that. I like the Eufy. I think it was the Eufy doorbell was the one I was looking at. It looked pretty nice.
Yeah, Eufy's a good brand. That's not bad. Like I said, Google just came out with their battery-powered doorbell. Otherwise, you can do what I did, which was, do you already have a doorbell for your house? Or no?
So the people who lived there before, there is a doorbell on my house. Okay. But I think it was like just like a shitty like do-it-yourself one. It's not wired to anything.
Yeah,
and it's still just there, and like so, like people come and press it all the time and think that it does something and does absolutely nothing, which is kind of nice. But
that was my problem moving into my house. Didn't have any sort of doorbell at all. So like the people who lived here before me, like Mad Men, just had people knocking on their door. I'm like, ew, gross, stop that. So I had to run. They make like a separate power like AC adapter for shit like that. And it just so happens like directly below my basement from above the door is a 12-volt power plug. And I was like, nice. Like a glove, baby, and just just drilled straight up and just drilled out. We're in here. But yeah, no, the Eufy stuff is good. But yeah, no, Amazon I would never recommend to anybody. They also sell their like recorded camera data to like the police, and I'm like, ooh, don't do that. And that's my data.
Yeah, DJ's mom just got a ring.
Yeah.
I made a comment about that. I was like, oh, the police will love you for having this. And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, because they can just access it whenever they want.
Just do that.
She's like, oh. I was like, yeah.
Oh, nothing to hide. It's not the point. But all that stuff was really cool. And then even what's cooler, too, to kind of like tie this back into, video games and whatnot. I don't know if it's like this for the PlayStation, but I know for the Xbox in specific, like if you have a smart TV or like a smart anything, like you can ask your phone or your TV to be like, hey, turn on the Xbox, and like it can like interact with all of that and turn your Xbox on like with your voice. So like how they used to do it with Kinect, where you could like yell at your Kinect, they're like, hey, remember how stupid that was? Yeah, let's just tie it to like smart home stuff. So now
that was the best, because you could just tell people's Xboxes to turn off if they were using TV speakers.
You can, yeah. That's what's great about it. But yeah, no, like so. I think when I booted up my Series S, it asked me if I wanted to do that, and I was like, no. But it's cool that it's a feature, I guess. So like, if that's a thing that tickles your fancy, like you can walk into your house, and be like, Xbox, turn on, or like, hey, whatever. I'm not gonna say it because my phone's gonna go crazy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
yeah. So you'd be like, hey, turn this on, and I'll do it for you, which is cool. But like I mainly use it like when I walk into my house and I have like I'm doing that grocery store like 20 bags in my hand thing, and it's dark, and I'm like, I can't turn the light switch on. Google, turn on, living room, and it does it for me. So it's cool.
Yeah, no, it's pretty nice. Actually, like, and that's the other thing I was thinking about too, because I always feel like, like you're carrying the groceries, you're fumbling around with keys. I'm like, it'd be nice to just be like, hey, unlock the front door.
Yeah.
Do all this stuff. The one thing that boggles my mind too with like the HomePod thing is like Siri can distinguish between like mine and DJ's voices.
Yes.
So like if I say like, hey, find my phone, it will ping my phone. If DJ does it, will ping his phone.
Yes.
Or like if I'm, asking it to like read messages, or it will read my messages. So it is really interesting that it can just like, it's not just like just blindly listening to everyone. Like it's much more like targeted towards what it's doing.
I'll use when I'm cooking too. I'll be like, hey, set 15-minute timer, and it just does it. I'm like, that's sweet. Thank you for doing that for me.
That's really useful. And I've gotten used to like some of the other commands too, or be like, hey, add this to my grocery list.
Yep.
Or
now don't do what I did. Because I went to make dinner tonight, and I was making a chicken parmesan, and I had to make it sans breadcrumbs because I had said to my Google, I was like, hey, add breadcrumbs to my list. And she was like, got you, dog. Added it to your list. And I was like, thank you, Google. And then like I went shopping this past week and just completely forgot that my phone was making a list for me. And what was even worse is I remember looking directly at like the aisle that breadcrumbs were in and thinking to myself, do I need breadcrumbs this week? No. And it just kept going. And then it was just like, oh wait, you 100% needed breadcrumbs this week.
No, I mean you could just do like a different kind of chicken parmesan, I guess.
I did
Google,
it like
do I
naked.
need breadcrumbs this week?
I did it naked. It was just like baked chicken with like I stuffed it with mozzarella and like put like basil and garlic powder.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It's very good.
Yeah, actually, DJ did something. He did like an air fried, like, chicken tenderloin kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't own an air fryer, you're just a savage of a human being. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I joined you guys. I joined you guys this year.
Hey, there we go.
Nice.
That was actually a contingency for you to stay on the podcast, so you had to get an air fryer.
It was a wedding gift, so.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, obviously, one of your family members wants you to stay on the podcast.
Yeah.
It was actually my friend that bought it for me.
How many quarts is that bad boy?
Fuck if I know, man. You think I know anything about anything?
I don't know.
It's like, I bet I know how many liters it is.
How many liters? What are you doing?
Let me get this information.
Actually, I got my mom an air fryer for Christmas because I didn't know what to get her, and she was like complaining to me because she bought like this Emeril Lagasse like half air fryer, half toaster oven thing. And if you've ever bought like a combination appliance of any sort, you already know that like it doesn't do either of the jobs good. It just does them both like very half-ass. So it's not a good toaster oven and it's not a good air fryer, but it claims to be. You're a fraud. All right, you can cook like a chicken or two in there.
It was it's a Ninja AF 100.
Ooh, Ninja as fuck.
Fryer.
Oh, nice.
That's a Ninja as fuck.
I will say though, because I think I talked about it before, because I bought the air fryer for my Instant Pot.
Ooh,
and
top. Yeah, the lid.
Yeah, and that one actually works pretty nice. I do have to say. I think the biggest complaint about it that I saw online, and it doesn't really apply to me, is like because you get like a dedicated air fryer, it's got a lot of space in it. Like the Instant Pot one, it's kind of like a small air fryer. It's good for air frying for like 2 people, but if you're looking to do like a party's worth, like it's going to be a couple loads. So, but as I said, at least for what I've needed it for, absolutely perfect. I did like. I think my fanciest thing I did with like I used the Instant Pot itself to do like meat. Like I think I did pulled pork in it, and then I used the air fryer afterwards, and I turned them into like empanadas, like I air fried them. That was great. Mm-hmm.
A little 2-step process there.
Yeah, using the appliance to its fullest abilities.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's got food delivered from McDonald's, and it kind of is all cold, so I'm about to throw it in the air fryer.
You can't throw the soda in the air fryer. It's supposed to be cold.
Oh, yeah, shit, you're right.
My bad. You're right.
But there's no saving those fries. McDonald's fries, once they're dead, they're dead.
Yeah, no, they are definitely just a bottle rocket of a food.
Yeah, I'm just eating them with honey mustard, so it masks the disappointment.
I don't think there's anything that can mask disappointment of like cold McDonald's fries. They just taste like
they're gone.
Yeah,
I haven't eaten today. All right, guys, I'm hungry.
You got Pringles on your floor. Use that.
I was going for the tin of Christmas cookies, personally.
Yeah.
I do have those. Those are next to me. Oh wait, you know what? I actually have a new can of Pringles on my floor. It's called Moa Burger Halo Edition.
Oh yeah, I've reviewed those on the podcast. I remember that.
I keep looking for them. I have not found them yet.
They're good.
They're at Walmart.
I like them.
Every
you
time
like them?
I don't know what it is. I don't know if Pringles is one of those companies that's having a hard time getting shit out. But like every time I go, there's like 2 lonely cans of Pringles.
I'll tell you what it is. Hold on. Pringles parent company. Yep, that's why. So Pringles is made by Kellogg's, and they were just going through some things.
Well, that makes sense. I didn't know that.
They are okay to buy from again. By the way, you can now buy from them.
I haven't found any to buy the last couple months, anyways.
That's fine.
So it's fine.
I love hearing people are like, "Oh yeah, I've accidentally been supporting the strike. I just haven't bought anything from them." No, which honestly fucked me up when people were like, "Oh yeah, Pringles, that's made by Kellogg's," because I would have expected like Frito-Lay, or like
I didn't know. To be honest, I didn't know. I'm gonna be honest. So
Yeah,
my bad.
the same people who make Pop-Tarts make Pringles.
I didn't know that. I really did not know that. So
honestly, that's a gimme. I won't get you for that because like who would have guessed? Not me.
because I love Pringles. They're like
Pringles
my
are
favorite
great.
chip to smash onto sandwiches and eat.
Sour cream and onion, delectable.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't have onion.
The best version of that chip.
You
I
can't have onion?
I'm allergic to onions.
You're allergic to
No,
onion?
how did we? This is the first time we're hearing this.
This is a very well-known thing in a group of people that know me. So this is weird that this is the first time you guys are hearing this.
I've just never
Especially
heard of
because we
anybody being allergic to onions.
Yeah, well, I mean, people be allergic to anything.
I know,
But,
I know.
I don't know how this has never. We've talked about hamburgers and stuff before, Brandon.
Yeah.
I just don't know how this has never come up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird.
Mhm.
But no, the Moe Burger one is good. But I remember specifically when I first reviewed it on whatever episode I reviewed it on, it was the fact that like it tastes good, but you can't challenge them on the flavor because like you can't tell them that they're wrong.
That's
so
true.
really, they could have just done anything. And you're like, yep, that's probably right.
That's very true.
Yeah,
I do like it.
We're using the flavoring of dog diarrhea as the base.
I rub this chip on my dog's balls.
Oh, it's sweet and tangy. Perfect.
It's sweet and tangy.
It's very spicy. What is going on with your dog?
What is going on? Why does your dog's taint taste like sweet and sour barbecue? Don't worry about it. But the Moa flavor is good. The Halo. I don't think did it come with anything for Halo Infinite?
So that's
Like
the really weird thing about Halo Infinite.
Well, the funny thing is like Halo Infinite branded
your
foods.
receipt
Oh,
and like post it on the website, and then they'll confirm or deny you that you purchased a Halo item.
well,
And then you get XP tokens and other such things for doing so. However, Monster Energy last year was doing that for Halo, as you may have remembered.
Yes, and there was a bunch of Halo branded things that had came out where the game was supposed to ship.
Those skins still exist in the game. People are selling them for thousands of dollars because so few people actually got them.
I will say that that's not an issue that was exclusive to Halo because there was a promotion going on for Final Fantasy XIV not too long ago.
The pizza one?
No, not the pizza one. That was like a week ago. This one was like more like a few months ago. Okay. Where they were like, there was like a certain mount you could get. I think it was like a chocolate chocobo. Like a little solid chocolate chocobo mount.
That sounds pretty good.
The way you got it was you had to buy, and I remember going across the street to the 7-Eleven at my job and buying, it was like $5 worth of Butterfinger products. And then you had to supply the receipt to Final Fantasy and be like, hey guys, I bought this peanut butter stuff. Like,
guys, I bought $5 worth of Butterfingers. Give me my chocobo.
I bought Butterfingers. I've done it. Can I have my mount, please? And they were just like, yeah, that's fine. Let our people who confirm this, whose job it is to look at this receipt from an American, to be like, yeah, right? They get this.
They just look at it and they see moon runes.
I will be honest with you.
Yeah.
During the Game Awards, when they're like, hey, if you order Papa John's right now, you get the pizza emote. I was like, am I about to buy Papa John's for this pizza emote and play Final Fantasy 14?
I'll be honest. I thought about it.
I gave it more attention than it garnered. Honestly, it wasn't like a fleeting like, haha, that would be funny. I was like, maybe I will do this, but I didn't. I did not.
Butterfingers.
But no, for real, the full set of Monster Energy things is like $3,000.
That's amazing. No, Mike, you're right. Butterfingers are like the worst because you eat it and then it's like it's stuck in your teeth for like hours.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say years.
No, it's literally like it's like plaster. It just gets stuck to like all of your teeth, and then you're like, well, I gotta.
Oh, I thought that was a filling. Oh no, it's just a Butterfinger.
No,
your molars become like flat
butter. It's a solid whatever peanut butter substance just latching onto my molars. Let me get that off real quick. Thank you. I'm good. We're good now.
So, yeah, we just went a whole bunch of crazy places.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really not much going on.
No, not really.
Year and you know,
yeah, nothing's coming out. It's the end of December.
Anything you guys want gaming related for Christmas?
For Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Did I? My mom was like, "Give me a Christmas list," and I was like, "Okay." And I gave her some shit.
I want a Christmas list right now, Nick.
She like literally like as soon as like Thanksgiving comes around, she's like, "Give me a Christmas list," and I'm 28. I was like, I don't wait, like pay a bill, please, just pick one, pick a bill and pay it for me, and then we're good for like a year. We're fine with that. What did I? Nope. There we go.
Rent is half off this month.
No, like honestly, like can you like pay my mortgage for 1 month? Beautiful, thank you so much.
I know.
I asked for a lot of video game stuff but I made her fill in the blanks with a lot, which was funny. But I did ask for a NVMe for my PlayStation 5 because like I'm never gonna buy this. But I was like, you want to spend money on me? Here you go. You can buy this expandable storage for this console. But that's about it. Nothing. That and Pokemon.
What about you, Mike?
I don't think I have anything on that I'm planning on getting right now.
Yeah.
What is it? So DJ and I already exchanged like our big gifts this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I got him a. Let me look it up fast because I forget the name like every single time.
I got him a thing.
Yeah,
got him a thing. What was it? It was a thing.
No, it's Arrow Garden. That's what I got him.
Arrow Garden?
Yeah. So what it is, it's this little self-contained like plant thing, and so you put in these little pods, and it grows these like the pods I got him were for herbs and spices.
Oh, that's neat.
So it grows up like
for weed.
Yeah, weed.
Put it in my basement. I'm growing weed.
It's like
fresh
basil,
weed is what it says here.
dill,
it's
like thyme.
It's like a Keurig, but for plants.
It really is, basically. But it's self-sustaining. So it's
that's
like
cool.
You just put water in it, plant food, and then it turns on its lights, so it doesn't even have to be like near lights. It like grows them just like that. And turns them on as many hours as they need to be on a day, turns it off on its own. It's got water and a water filter, so it circulates that around as it needs to. It lets you know when it needs more water or more like plant food, and then it just goes. You're like, okay, really self-sufficient. I cannot keep anything alive, like green, like plant-wise. Like I have like a black thumb. But these things like are growing like crazy. It's pretty cool, actually.
Neat.
So DJ got me. So back for my birthday,
yeah,
one of my friends got me because we kept on talking. I told you guys we do like monthly like game nights with us and a bunch of friends, and like sometimes we'll do like themes, like country themes and stuff. And I keep on telling them I want to do like a Korean barbecue night.
Mm-hmm.
So for my birthday, they bought me like a Korean barbecue hot plate, one of those like cast iron hot plates that you use.
Okay.
And you just use it on like a camper grill kind of thing. But DJ bought me like my own, like an electric one. So you can just like put it on that. And then he also got me a hot pot so we can do like hot pot stuff on it too.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. So those are the big gifts that we got for each other. I still haven't used my gift yet, but we're gonna do something soon. Probably before the end of the year. And let's do like a nice little Korean barbecue night. So that will be fun. I love Korean barbecue. Fucking love it. So it'd be nice to do it from home. Like at least kind of authentic.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I got that. And then yeah, that's that. That's big gift wise. What we got for each other. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I got some like weird gifts for other people. But yeah. We played a board game that was really fun, so I bought it for my sister. It's called Side Effects.
Okay.
And what it does is it's kind of like a charades game. Maybe it's more like Taboo, I guess I would call it. More like Taboo. So it gives you like a word. And you have to try to get the other person to guess the word, or the other people in your group to guess the word, without using that word, obviously.
It's like charades, I guess, too?
Yeah, like charades, or like I said, like Taboo, like one of those games. Like, what are you trying to get people to guess a word without saying it? But the thing is, like, you also have like these side effects, and so you have like a red pill and a blue pill. And a red pill is like how you have to act when you're doing it, and the blue pill is how you have to talk when you're doing it.
Okay.
So like for example, like one of the blue pills would be like talk like you're drunk, and then like the red pill might say something like, and keep playing with the hair of one of your teammates. So,
Okay.
so like that's you're acting out like when you're trying to get them to do it, you're like playing with someone else's hair, and then you'll be like, and like whatever, just acting drunk. So it's pretty funny. Like when we pulled it out, we're like, this is the dumbest thing because nobody likes to act stuff out, and then we all were so stupid. They were like, this game's actually pretty fucking amazing. So if you need like a cheap little like gift for someone, there you go, $20, fun for the whole family.
It's a fun time for the whole family.
Fun time, lots of fun.
Not too bad.
That's all. I don't know. I feel like we're grasping at straws. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
I don't believe I have anything.
Thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, or you can check us out on our website, doublegaming.com or game-crunch.com. And if you want to reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, you can send us an email, gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon?
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
I stream every Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This Saturday is Christmas, so I probably won't be streaming this Saturday. But next Saturday is New Year's, so I probably won't be streaming next Saturday.
Won't be streaming next Saturday.
Well, New Year's Day. At least.
Yeah, you can do like New Year's Day.
I don't know.
You look at New Year's Eve stream when you
next.
count down and you're like, yeah. Then you go.
I don't care. I have nothing to say. I'm done. Bye.
Okay.
This food is cold. I'm angry.
This food is cold and I'm angry.
I thought you were putting it in your air fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it. And then I remembered I'm lazy. And also I'm doing a podcast right now.
It's not me. I cook a whole steak.
Well, on the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a skillet right here.
Nice.
I've got nothing.
Okay. That's fine. Well, that's it. My name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me online on Clash of Penguin on Twitter, your favorite gaming console. Until next week, game on.
Game on.
Brandy?
Brother?
Brandy Poo?
Brandy Poo Poo? Brandy Poo Poo?
Brandy Poo Poo?
Katie wasn't feeling good. She was
Brandy
talking to me.
Poo Poo?
I'm back, sorry. What's up? What did I miss? I missed everything. I just come back to everyone laughing and I don't know what's going on.
He was like Brandy. We were like asking for you. He was like Brandy Poo, and I was like Brandy Poo Poo.
Brandy Poo Poo.
Oh, okay. Where did that come from? What do you need me for, guys? How you doing?
We're like Brandon, and they didn't answer. I was like Brandy, Brandy Poo, Brandy Poo Poo.
Got it.
That's like your
when this episode comes out Friday, it'll be Brandy Poo Poo.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
All right. So, what was the questions? What
is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap
up? No, I was checking on Katie. She's not feeling good.
All right. So we'll wrap up so you can get back to Katie.
All right. Thank you.
All right.